Okay, on our first debate, which is on that Lutyens scam, we have with us Abid Rasool Khan is the Congress Party, Smriti Irani of the BJP, Vinod Mehta, Editorial Chairman of Outlook, Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party, Sunil Alagh of SKA Advisors. He leans towards Mr. Modi, and Rasheed Kidwai from Bhopal. Let's start with you, Rasheed, from where you are. From where you are, what does this look like?
Arnab, it looks that all is not well. It's that end game that UPA is playing. They're playing badly. There is nobody who's accountable. The Prime Minister is thinking loudly in terms of his retirement plan. Sonia Gandhi thinks it's Dr. Manmohan Singh's government till May 2014. Rahul Gandhi thinks that he has some other task of rebuilding.
No, but Congress specifically this one.
2014 as such.
Specifically this one, Vinod Mehta, let's get you in. Specifically this one. That you are planning to build residential apartments on 22 acres that were meant for dairies, despite the security considerations, despite warnings of the Intelligence Bureau and the concerns of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the file was not closed. What do you think of this one?
Arnab, I have just caught the fag end of your program.
Yeah.
And it immediately seems to me that it is the sheer audacity of this Lutyens scam. Because if you are going to put up these multi-storied apartments, it is such a clear and obvious security breach. Everybody can see it. Secondly, I think you have underestimated the breach. It's not just the president's security which has been breached. That area next to Rashtrapati Bhavan houses North Block, South Block. It is the most sensitive area in Delhi. So, besides the president, there are other people. Secondly, I heard the Congress spokesman say that this is private land and only land use has been changed. Well, I would like to ask him, if there is a nuclear plant, etc., what does the government do?
Answer that, Mr. Abid Rasool. Answer that.
The land,
answer that. This whole argument about this being private land, but private land next to what? Mr. Rasool Khan, answer Vinod Mehta, and then we'll get Smriti into the debate.
Yeah, Arnab, as I have been telling on this channel for the last 1 hour, this particular debate of yours has an issue which pertains to a private land who has applied for
private land for what?
And a
private land and where?
Let me complete you. Don't let me complete you.
No, what was this private land originally meant for? A dairy farm?
Private land for a particular purpose.
What purpose?
For a
what
particular purpose which the builder or it may be for dairy, it may be for agriculture, it may be for agro industries or whatever it may be. If any city has private lands which are meant for a particular purpose in the master plan.
But there is the intelligence
master plan, this has been earmarked. No, let me complete it. You're not allowing me to complete. Give me a minute. Last time also I requested you for a minute. In this particular case, the land has been converted from agriculture or agro-agriculture or a dairy to a residential. Before doing that, it is a basic requirement of the government that they take report from all the departments. In this case also, I'm sure the government has taken the report from all
the government got the reports. 1 minute, Mr. Rasool Khan. Mr. Abid Rasool, Mr. Rasool. Mr. Rasool, just a minute.
The height restrictions have also been put in place.
Mr. Rasool.
No multi-storied is being allowed.
No, Mr. Rasool.
This particular case, your debate is predetermined that you are trying to show it as a scam, but it is not a scam at all.
Mr. Rasool.
If at all, I am making it clear, if at all the security concerns are there, our government is definitely going to react to that.
Mr. Rasool, you almost make it seem... No, 1 second. Mr. Rasool, you almost make it seem that nobody in the government knew. I'd like to get Smriti Irani in with 3 points I want to preface that with. In June 2011, the Delhi High Court, coming to you, Smriti, I'm just laying the facts out because, I'm not concerned, frankly, which private company was about to make how much money. That's another consideration, though I must say that I think many people will be shocked that you can convert 22 acres in that part of Delhi for 65 crores, which means about 3 crore per acre. I think that's an unheard of amount. But the question is, the Delhi High Court asked the Urban Development Ministry to re-examine the matter. Intelligence Bureau raised questions about the risk. Despite that, despite the letter of the President of India saying we don't want this to happen, despite that, the Urban Development Ministry had not closed the file. That's the question tonight. Smriti, you want to respond? You wanted to respond to Abid Rasool. Go ahead.
Yes. I think Mr. Rasool has been saying for the past 1 hour on your channel that this is a private matter between two parties which seek to transfer land, change the land use, which actually makes me reminisce about the Haryana land scam where the son-in-law of the first family of the Congress party was found involved with his hand in the cookie jar, where a similar case of change of land use was taking place with regards to the same building company which is now accused of the Lutyens scam. I think what needs to also be understood that the allegation that a bribe was taken or monetary considerations were a part of the change of land use is not an allegation made by the channel or any other political representative on your channel. It is an allegation made by no less than the Prime Minister of India's office. That is something for which Mr. Rasool has absolutely no answer. I think what also needs to be said that if there is an undervaluation of land in Lutyens, Delhi, where if there is a change of land use in Lutyens, Delhi, where 1 acre costs anywhere close to 200 to 500 crores, and it's undervalued, that means somewhere it is a loss to the Indian tax exchequer through taxation.
The price is not important.
Also, what is interesting is Mr. Mehta, I have not finished with my intervention yet. Also, what is interesting is that if this is indeed a private matter between two individuals or parties where one seeks to construct a building, why is it that somebody in the Ministry of Urban Development has taken it upon himself or herself to push this case so far as to overrule the concerns of the President of India's office, as to overrule the concerns and the security concerns specifically as highlighted by the IB. So who is it that supports the individual transaction with regards to the Lutyens scam, so much so that they have the power in their individual and private capacity to overrule the concerns of the President of India? And while the Prime Minister's office itself highlights allegations of bribe taking in this particular issue, what is interesting is that the Prime Minister of India, who has presided over scam after scam, would like to preside over this scam, which actually puts the President of India in personal, physical harm's way.
Absolutely. And may I?
The fact that they have been brazen in the face of a vibrant media which has time and again spoken about scams, the fact that they have been brazen in the face of the Indian public outrage with regards to scam, the fact that they continue to indulge in scam, Arnab, goes to show that they are brazen enough because somebody thinks that they are higher than the office of the President of India.
And why may I say so? Why may I say so is time stop pursuing this story. 1 minute. Mr. Rasool. Mr. Rasool, let me first lay out tonight the most shocking part of this. Gaurav Bhatia, coming to you. Let me lay out why we are pursuing the story. Mr. Rasool, please remember. Mr. Rasool, please remember why we are pursuing the story. In my hands is a secret intelligence bureau note. I don't like to pick up IB notes and show them on television. But I must say this, that tonight I will. Because this IB note is being disregarded. And I think if national security issues, this is not even a simple question such as one private company in Haryana favors somebody or does something or gets some benefit, etc. I have not even gone into that aspect. Subramaniam Swamy was talking. I am talking simply that the Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Armed Forces, the President of India, the Rashtrapati, and the Rashtrapati Bhavan is having to write a letter saying, how can you let this happen? I have the letter of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Should we tear it up and say this has no significance? The Intelligence Bureau writes this, and viewers need to know this tonight. The Intelligence Bureau writes, it has already been conveyed. Listen to this carefully, Gaurav Bhatia, coming to you. 1 minute. Hear me out, Mr. Rasool. I am only on the security angle. Why am I calling this a scam? This is a security scam. Even more than a financial scam, which can go into a matter of speculation, matter can go into court. I lay it clearly tonight on the Newshour that what we are putting out is an internal security scam. I blame the people in the government of India who are pushing this, despite knowing of the grave security considerations. I am not even in the matter of which private company made how much money. Let someone investigate that. Let that go into courts. But a security scam so big because... Because 1 minute, sir, let me read the embarrassing truth. It says a higher level plot measuring 50 or 60 meters, erection of any tall structure can enable a higher level of visual intrusion into the Rashtrapati Bhavan complex and afford a clearer view of the residential and other areas of the complex, which could be leveraged for using a sniper rifle, for a rocket launcher.
Arnab.
No, 1 minute. And other weapon with a significant range. 1 minute, sir. 2 kilometers clear view. And you know what the Urban Development Deputy Secretary writes? Despite this letter, he writes another letter in which he says, please tell us why you are imposing these restrictions. This is after the Intelligence Bureau note. Why is the Urban Development Ministry
Arnab.
pushing this?
Can I reply?
Arnab.
No. Yes, Mr. Rasool. Mr. Rasool, before you let me get Gaurav Bhatia's reaction, Mr. Bhatia, what do you think?
Yes. No, because you have made an allegation, I need to reply.
Mr. Bhatia, what do you think?
There is a report.
They are shameless, and they will never admit that they have done a lot of wrong to the country. I think the matter that we are discussing here would have far-reaching financial implications for the state exchequer. But more importantly, we are discussing a far more serious issue, which is of national security. When the parliament of the country was attacked, it was not just the parliament that was attacked. It was the nation and the democracy which was attacked by the terrorists. And same way, I think the Rashtrapati Bhavan or the president of the country is a symbol of the Republic of India. And tomorrow, if such aberrations are allowed, illegalities are allowed, and these sensitive areas are used for an attack on the Rashtrapati Bhavan, I think it raises a very serious question of how far we can compromise on rule of law. And let me also tell Mr. Rasool that for any land which belongs to the government, and if you need to change the land use, even the highest court of the country, the Supreme Court, has said that an equal opportunity should be given to everyone so that the maximum benefit flows to the state.
This is a private land, Gauravji. This is a private land.
It should not be
not a government land. You are mistaken on fact.
Now, going by whatever you have shown on the television, I think there has been an illegality right from the beginning of not just changing the land use, but then again disregarding the important information that has been given by various departments. So I think, one day they will sell the presidential estate itself, and then still not feel shameful about it. It's high time that they realize that till the last day that they are in government, they are accountable and answerable to the people of this country.
Okay, now there are two issues. One, first of all, I would like to make it very clear that this is not a government land which has been sold. It's a private land. Let me complete it. Whatever you may say is different.
No,
let me complete.
The land use change has been done by the government.
The government approves the change of land use.
Yes. So if let me respond. I have heard.
Why is the government pushing for a change of land use despite security concerns?
If the owner wants to change a land use, he is not supposed to pay the market value. First of all. Secondly,
no, it's not about market value. It's about security.
Talks about
security.
50, it talks about 50 to 60 meters. Yes, Arnab, let me complete because I have to go to another channel. I just need to complete this and walk out.
Mr. Rasool, change of land use can multiply the value of the land.
Let me. Yes,
please understand that.
Let me complete this. Yes, I have understood it clearly. Let me respond. Now you have talked about 50 to 60 meters height of a building, which is going to be a security concern.
Yes.
In this particular case, the height of the building has been restricted to only 10 meters.
Sir, you have not. No. Please read the entire. Read the entire document. Read the entire document. For 1 minute, Mr. Rasool. Mr. Rasool, read the entire document. Don't quote selectively, Mr. Rasool. For taking it beyond, you have to go and seek the Urban Development Ministry's consideration.
Mr. Rasool,
yes.
Tomorrow you will bring a skyscraper on this land by changing the land use.
You are taking it on a predetermined route. In this place, in this particular case, the building is not more than 10 meters, which is not a multi-storied, as you know well. And secondly, for a private man to change
that has been kept
open. Need to pay the market value, which everybody knows, but just trying to make it look like into a scam. Thirdly, my friend Smriti ji, I would like to say, conveniently forget about the Adani scam in Gujarat, where thousands of acres of agricultural land has been converted for.
I don't see that answer. Smriti Irani rebutting you. Smriti Irani coming. Smriti Irani is rebutting you. Abid Rasool, go ahead. Smriti Irani, let's get her in. Smriti Irani.
If you are fair,
Smriti Irani, let's get her in.
Give me a chance to debate you on
Smriti Irani is rebutting you, Mr. Rasool. Listen to her. Listen to her. She listened to you. Listen to her.
I am telling you,
Smriti, go ahead.
This is a predetermined course you are taking.
Since Mr. Rasool wants to debate on the merits of this particular case,
Smriti is responding to you, Mr. Rasool. Listen to her, please.
Mr. Rasool wants to debate on the merits of the case which has been put out by Times Now. The two questions I seek to ask him tonight are this. Does he refute that the Prime Minister's office has red flagged this issue to the Ministry of Urban Development, saying that bribes have been taken for allocation of this particular project?
Smriti ji, it is a complaint received.
Is a complaint?
Does he refute?
Ministry for inquiry.
Sir, are you refuting the Prime Minister's office has written with regards to this matter?
No, Smriti ji,
Mr. Rasool,
but there is a complaint in the Prime Minister's office.
Before you say no.
Which has been forwarded.
Is there a complaint in the Prime Minister's office?
That doesn't mean the Prime Minister has accepted it.
Is there a complaint in the Prime Minister's office?
Mr. Rasool, can you tell me whether the Prime Minister's office has initiated the investigation with regards to the bribe-taking charges it has received with regards to this allocation and Lutyens scam? Secondly, can you highlight to the viewers of Times Now and enlighten me?
Department for inquiry. And I am telling you on this.
So you're telling me, sir,
if you give
that the Prime Minister's office,
I am telling you in this.
Sir, let us speak.
Has not initiated any investigation into these charges?
You are only speaking.
If no, then why? Secondly, after the Prime Minister's office has written to the Ministry of Urban Development, clearly outlining that there were monetary considerations which were being indulged in for this particular scam. Did the Ministry of Urban Development...
I'm telling you again, it is a complaint received.
Let me complete my question. Did the Ministry of Urban Development initiate any investigation with regards to the wrongdoing as pointed out by the Prime Minister's office?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Rasool, now... Mr. Rasool, now I will have to reveal the fact.
So it's a normal procedure, sir, in the Congress-led UPA that bribes are taken for change of land use. That is what your statement is on Times Now tonight.
You forget so many bribes.
That is normal procedure to ignore. It's normal procedure to ignore the pleading of the President's office with regards to security.
Smriti, I will ask just one question to Mr. Rasool.
Tonight that it's normal procedure.